This morning in Monroe County, at the Monroe County Jail, we're holding 24 individuals on federal gun charges. That's a gun charge. Think about what occurs to put someone in jail on a gun charge. An illegal gun, it's a foot chase, it's a car chase, it's a police officer drawing their gun, pointing at some young person that's carrying an illegal gun. And because New York State will not allow us to incarcerate that young individual, give them a timeout like our parents gave us, and get them some intervention, we have to go to our federal partners, wake them up at 3 o'clock in the morning, the DEA, the ATF, a federal magistrate comes in, and because they have a dangerous standard. 49 states have a dangerous standard. The federal government has a dangerous standard. Why can't we have a dangerous standard? To keep our public safe. That's all we're asking for. This bill is middle of the road. It's right down the middle of the fairway. It could not be any simpler. We put tons of thought into this to make sure it was equal, it was fair, but it put some teeth back in the system. If you look at Rochester right now, there's a video going around, one of these viral videos of a bar fight, 50 people melee, and a young lady gets smacked right in the face, hardest punch you could see. Appearance ticket. We apprehended the suspect. How would you like to be that young lady's parents and say, why is this guy walking the streets? We charged him with an assault third. Appearance ticket. This is not fair to the people that are victimized. This is not fair to domestic violence victims. This is not fair to our police officers that are working so hard at 3 o'clock in the morning chasing that young man with a gun. That's a bad story waiting to be had. That's pulling the trigger a second away with one bad decision. At least we could do is have the courtesy for the police officer to back them up and detain those individuals. At least we have the courtesy for the victims. And think about this, at least we have the courtesy for that person that's carrying that gun. We truly want to intervene and help that young person and get the gun out of his hand. We're not here to lock up young people, we're here to save their lives. Protect Act does that middle of the road. We're begging for backup. Please support this. Thank you.
Really, zero, you see zero difference?
So my opinion is I appreciate what she did by holding up the budget. The overall tenet, the overall term in bail reform was release on least restrictive means. And one of the big fights is to strike that language out of her, which is about 10% what we wanted, but that's 10% moving forward. So I can't say anything but thank you. Let's keep this conversation going. It shows there's a need for adjustments. There was an agreement there needed to be for adjustment. There's no perfect plan ever created. And then a few more laws were added to bail eligible laws, right? We're looking for one comprehensive program here, not a list of laws someone in Albany made up that could be irrelevant to the victim at any given time. You know, they're the victim of the crime. That's what we forget in these stories. So we're just taking it across the goal line here, right? The goal line is a clean, comprehensive law that affects the individual, the person perpetrating the crime, as a holistic approach, right? Not this law, that law. And so this piecemealing is great. I'm glad we're making small progress forward. And I appreciate the governor for holding up the budget for that. I wish it would be held up again this for the PROTECT Act, right? That's what I'm hoping for. Because we're not there. We're definitely not there.